Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everyone, happy Monday. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your day. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And for those of you who watch football, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Maybe your team won, maybe they didn't. Y'all know I was going for the Pats, but they didn't win. But that's okay. That's okay. Hey Taylor, hey Tay-Bay, how you doing? How you doing? Good morning, you guys. Make sure you like and share the video on your way in, please, and thank you very much. What up, Miss LA? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So I'm only gonna be on here for a little bit, during my little lunch break. But I just want to talk about a few things. Some things I had heard in the street. I know that there was rumors going around that Big Man TV had passed away. I'm so glad to hear that's not true. I hope it's not true. I don't know where the information came from or who first started it. But somebody said it came from LSA. So I don't know. I haven't been on LSA in a minute. So I don't know if it came from LSA or from someone else. But whatever he's going through, whatever health issues he's going through, whether he's hospitalized or just taking a break, from the B sector, I hope that, he recovers, or, I pray healing over him. I hope God, take care of him and keep him around here much longer, because, a lot of people were saddened and disturbed to hear that, what we heard. And I didn't question it. I also didn't speak out. I'm like, I don't know. Because that has happened before. People speaking death on people, whether it was accidentally or whatnot. But I try to stay back in the cut on things like that, because I don't want to say rest in peace to nobody unless I absolutely know that they done passed away. Because you are speaking death on someone by saying they're dead. You know what I'm saying? Even though you might meant not to do it, and that's what happens too to a lot of people who rush out here sometimes and giving tea or whatever, rushing out. Yeah, I heard through the grapevine, so when it comes to those type of situations, circumstances, I tend to just, just like with the, remember Mona Simone shit from years ago? I was around then. Again, most of y'all know I've been around here on my main channel since the very beginning, before the B sector was created. So I remember the Mona Simone shit. I remember hearing about, her passing. And I remember Jay Wilson was on a cruise. I'll never forget. It was so many people. Gina, Queen of Talk. It was just so many people who was just shattered by, hearing that she had passed. And I sat on that shit. I said, don't even, I'm not falling for the okie doke. I said it to a couple of people. I said, nah, I think this is an April Fool's, because remember it happened on April Fool's Day. It happened on April 1st. I know y'all remember that. And because of the fact that it was April Fool's Day, I said, I think this is a joke. I think this is a prank. And I didn't, just like with family and friends or on Facebook, when I hear somebody, oh, I'm moving here, all these big old grand announcements that happen on the 1st, whether it's bad announcement or good announcement, I take them with a grain of salt, because more than likely at the end of the day, they're going to say, ha, gotcha. My bad. You know what I'm saying? So that Mona Simone shit, I knew that was fake. And of course, we found out later that it indeed was. But yeah, so I hope Big Man is doing okay, even though he's in the hospital or whatnot. I hope he's, I just pray he's okay. I just pray he's okay because Big Man TV is really, really sweet. He's really nice. But yeah, so that's all I got to say on that. As far as Blake, child, I again, along with a lot of other people, do not understand why people want to interview him unless it was to get some tea on Just Krista. That's the only reason why I can see people want to interview him. Now, of course, people are out there saying that ain't the reason. We just want to interview you because of this or because of your business or your entrepreneurship. Or I even seen somebody comment in his chat talking about, to be honest, we just wanted to know about the real Blake, the clothing line. I guess he makes clothes and shoes, and they said no one was looking out for the negative stuff. Child, y'all buying clothes and shoes from him? I know y'all better tell me something. Y'all buying clothes and shoes from that nigga? Okay. Listen, Linda. I make t-shirts. I need to get on my game because if y'all buying clothes and shoes from him, I know I need to get on my game. I be selling that shit local, but sometimes people be asking me, will I like sell hood table merch and shit like that? I used to use Teespring. And matter of fact, I think I disconnected Teespring from my YouTube channel maybe a week ago because I even forgot it was on there. I had stopped advertising for Teespring a long time ago. So I need to go over there and take my account off of there because I ain't used that Teespring. I ain't designed nothing over there in a minute. And I've been making t-shirts for like the last, 4 months or so. So I need to start doing my own line instead of paying Teespring a certain percentage of what you make off of Teespring. Now it's still, I say it like this. It's still, when it comes to my cake decorating, no, I don't ship nothing because I do custom cakes. I don't just do no bundt cake. I don't just do no pound cakes. I do exquisite, custom design cakes. And I have no desire to ship them anywhere only to find out later that maybe something happened to them and they were ruined or bounced around. And when you do custom design cakes, there's all kind of things on the cakes, certain designs, certain decor, certain edible images, things like that. And just depending on how it's shipped, I don't trust sending my cakes be in the hundreds, like $300, $400, $500. I don't trust sending them in no box. Out of town? No, sir, no ma'am. But a t-shirt, I can definitely do t-shirts. So I'm gonna get on my t-shirt game and start, selling t-shirts, and I'll have links for you guys. And hopefully I've been around here long enough that people know they can trust the hood table. I won't share your information, put your information out, regardless of who the fuck I'm associated with, regardless who y'all think I might be associated with, who might have done certain things out here in the B sector, who I still like. I said the other day, people were coming at me over that damn strike and shit, talking about, oh, she was doing that for somebody else. She was doing that for somebody else. I didn't even know that somebody else had a problem with that somebody else. I'm like, huh? What? What happened? I struck him because he took my shit, point blank, period. Like, that was it. That was all. There's no, I don't know. I thought that shit was really weird. But anyway, anywho, hey Charlie, hey Mary Carey, hey Big Riz, what's up, hon? Hey Rick Reed, how you doing, love? I'll be enjoying all your shows, child. You said I don't even know who Blake is. I don't watch them people. I don't watch them people either. I don't watch them people. They say he lost a lot of subscribers last night. He thought he was a joke. You know what? First of all, for y'all to send him cash apps and y'all don't even know this nigga, he ain't even in the B sector. He ain't even grow up with us over here, and y'all over there sending him money like that. Shit, who the fool? Sorry. Ain't no way I would have sent some money to that nigga. I don't know that nigga. I don't care how many shows him and Krista done together, how much foolery they done put out on here. No, I don't understand. A lot of people don't understand why people were wanting an interview with him. Like, who is he? Child, you know what? You said I haven't been able to confirm it. I have tried to find it and get confirmation. I ain't gonna believe it, and I have reached out to him with no response. Oh, people were saying that it's not true, Charlie. I don't know though. I don't know. I just pray that he's not, and that God, that he's still here among the living with the rest of us, like among the rest of them. And I didn't say Goosey mad. I didn't say Goosey was mad. I know he understands. I would understand if somebody did it to me. Kimberly, and people think it was a salacious thing that I did. Why couldn't the hood table? Why couldn't she hit you up? Why couldn't she call you? Why couldn't she DM you? Why? I'm like, why should I have to do anything? That's so weird. But I don't want to dwell on that. It happened. It is what it is. It was only a warning. He still has his channel. He shall survive. I shall survive. You know what I'm saying? You said ZX told him to scam. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to jump on here, but I don't know him. I don't understand why people wanted to interview him. That was my biggest thing. Like, what's the deal with wanting to interview him? And why is it so important that they paid him for an interview? Now, I've seen people be paid for interviews like by VS and other people, and those were people that we were really, really interested in. They really had some shit going on, and we was like, please let VS interview you, please. I ain't seen nobody around here urging for an interview. I thought it was just he wants content. Goosey wants content. He wants, to do some fuck shit over there. They say it wasn't going to be no interview asking all about Krista, but I mean, I don't know. I don't understand. But anyway, I know Goosey per se is not B sector, right? Am I correct on that? He's from somewhere else, correct? So I don't know. But I wouldn't have sent him a damn thing. I sure the fuck wouldn't. I wouldn't have sent his ass shit. And then he's over there talking about, see, that's what I really love. I find this so hilarious. How people will collect money from people on Cash App, then they don't fall through or they don't come through with whatever they're supposed to offer, be it a trip, be it an interview, be it a whatever. And then they be like, you got to hit me up to get your money back. What kind of fuck shit is that? I saw it was supposed to be free. And I saw, I heard, I don't want to say I saw because I didn't. I heard that it was supposed to be him just being interviewed. I didn't hear nothing about any money until this morning. This morning was when I heard that somebody said ZX hit his panel. I guess when Goosey was talking to him or something, hit his panel and told him he needs to get paid or he needs to get some money. And then I guess Goosey was live. This is what I heard. Goosey was live, and the man, I guess after speaking to ZX, he told Goosey, we can do the interview now because Blake was live. So then I heard Goosey said the chat wasn't going for that. I think, was he talking to Lemon? See, I've been watching too many people, so I might not be, 100% on who said what, but is that the basis of it that Goosey was going to do the interview and then it was not supposed to be paid and then ZX interfered and then the man wanted some money and then he asked Goosey to have it on his panel and Goosey said his chat wasn't having that. So I guess Goosey was like, oh, this is a little channel. You ain't nobody. My chat don't want us to have it over here. Kind of the same way they did me. The hood table ain't nobody. She got a little channel. She only get one person in her chat, so we can take her content without asking. That's what it was given for me. What's up, Taylor? How you doing, love?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I got my headphones on, so if you can't hear me, just let me know. No, I just wanted to chime in a little bit on what I know a little bit about the situation yesterday with the interview. And in my opinion, so I do watch Goosey, and sometimes he does this thing called Blake Watch, where he goes over there, like if he's seen like a funny situation between Blake and Christina, or
And he will
a
play it on his channel, and that's what I heard
yeah,
this morning. I heard
yeah,
this
he would
morning that
play.
somebody told him people making thousands of dollars off of his content.
No, no, no. Listen, he would play like little snippets, or Blake will say something, because he's very direct or whatever. So he'll say something funny, and he'll play it, and people will laugh. So, anyways, he was just so over time, he's like, dang, I really like this dude. And anyways, so he had asked Blake about doing an interview like last week or something, and they had agreed to do it um for the other day over the weekend. And so that time had came, and so he had been promoting it, and like having lives about asking his people, like, what questions should I ask and things like that. And then they talked about, he talked about, okay, after the conversation was over, at the end having like a man's panel, like allowing Lemon and Duke and other guys to come up on this up at the end. However, the big thing was that Blake was not going to answer any questions that he did not want to answer. So if anything came up that he didn't want to answer, it's supposed to have been off the table or whatever. So the time came for him to do the interview. There was like 800 in the chat waiting for him to come. I think because of all the talk about it. And also prior to that day, he went over to Krista's live, and he did like a field trip where he went during his live over to Krista while she was live, and they talked about, he asked Krista about the show For the Love of a Fuck Nigga, which was like a Love of Lemon show that they were talking about doing, and Krista was excited to do that show. She's talking about asking for all the details and da 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 da. And so at that time too, he asked Krista, hey, could you ask Blake to do an interview for me? So Chris was like, sure, yeah, I'll ask him, da da da. And so she encouraged him also to ask on his own. So that's how the interview came about. And Krista knew about the interview. So then the day of the interview, I don't know, she must have gotten nervous or something, because then she started doing, oh, and during that interview, she said, oh yeah, when they were talking about the Lemon show, she was like, yeah, ooh, because this is going to bring content for my channel too. Because we're all thinking like Krista really is not going to show up on this show, but it's going to be something for her, I guess, to talk about, or for all the channels to talk about, even though people, because they say allegedly, now I don't know, that she can't walk. So they're saying like, oh, she's not really going to show up, but it was just for content, I guess. So to make, so then the day comes of the actual interview, then all of a sudden she's doing all these videos. It's like, so she's blowing it up like as if it's supposed to be all about her. And the interview wasn't supposed to be all about her. Now they were planning to ask questions regarding her, like they were saying, why is he so mean talking towards her? And does he treat, women like this? And I guess he was been on his own since he was 12 or something like that. They wanted to know his backstory. They've talked about some drug abuse or some drug issues that he may have had. Like, how did that start? How was his recovery? Because he talks about it on his channel about how he's been in recovery for like, I think a year. He had been to prison, so they wanted to talk about that. I guess he's an entrepreneur of sorts. I don't know what he has. They want to talk about some type of wall he has in the back with all these hats and stuff. Like, what is that about? And then the chat hat was just asking all these different questions. Anyway, they talked about ideas of what to ask or whatever. So again, now we're at the time where the interview was supposed to be happening. Blake doesn't show up. The interview was free. Okay, so then they're thinking of, dang, how could we contact him to see what's going on? Maybe something came up, blah, blah. So somebody suggests send him $1 through the Cash App to ask, maybe he'll answer like that, because now also he has another friend girl that he's been on and off with for 20 years. She's in the chat too now. Now she's around in the chats. And so she came on there and said she hadn't seen him, blah, blah, blah. So instead of sending $1, I think Goosey might have sent $15. And then, but nothing never happened. So the girl said, well, maybe something came up in his life because nobody could find him. So then the next day, Super Bowl Sunday, he does this live. And he was thinking that somebody paid him $15 for an interview. Well, that's not what it was about. So then ZX hops in it and gets to saying, man, they're using you. And this and that. And this boy, he's gay and he's an F. And that's what Krista was saying too, telling him all this stuff, you know, because she made like, by this time she's 8 videos in and she's all upset and if making it about her. And it wasn't supposed to be all about her, right? And so ZX stepped all in the middle of the in the middle of it, kept that man, which it was all Blake's fault because Blake, you can't blame no grown man for letting you allow, you know what I'm saying? You chose to stay there. So they started a bidding war on Blake's channel to drop him. So ZX telling him, yeah, man, they don't drop me for less than 200. And so and then he was like, yeah, you need to be paid for your work, which Krista was saying that too, putting that in the air. So I don't know. So people was over there already and started dropping money for the interview, which Goosey did not tell them to do. And he was, in fact, mad after what all was said. He was just like, forget, like, you let ZX trick you out of it, which we all know over here, if you do an interview, people, if they like it, you know, they probably will cash app you anyway while you're telling your story or whatever, right? So he allowed ZX to trick him out the interview. Not only that, when he was done, do you know ZX went over on Lemon's channel and laughed and said, ha ha ha, I ruined the interview?
I haven't watched any of that. I haven't watched.
Yeah, it was a big thing. It was a big thing. It was so dumb and crazy. So the only reason why Goosey was gonna still do it, he was like, man, I feel so bad because why would y'all start doing it? I didn't say, you know, somebody had just gave a donation. They had, I think by the time Goosey got aware of it, they already was like $130 in. I think they were supposed to be reaching 200 or no, 150. And
yeah,
then it was supposed
I heard
to be,
it was at 160 at the top. That's what I heard. It was like 160 altogether.
yeah, they're supposed to be reaching 200 plus 50 to drop. I don't know. It's a bunch of bull. So he was like, oh man, I feel. So what he's ended up doing was saying, okay, whoever, you know, if you could send me a cash app or whatever, a receipt of your cash app, I will reimburse y'all for the money. Because he didn't want people to lose out on their money, you know, because they felt bad, even though they did it on their own. He did not ask nobody to drop.
That was very commendable. I saw that. That was very commendable of Goosey.
Yeah. And then the Blake guy was even saying, oh, I will send y'all back. Let me know who wants their money back or whatever. Which I never heard that he did that or not. But so that's pretty much how it went. Like,
well, yesterday and even today, he was over there talking about whoever wants their money back has to hit me back. And so people said, why can't you just go to the people in the Cash App and just reverse it or just
exactly.
And that's what I was saying about earlier. We didn't have shit like that happen before where people would get Cash Apps and then they'd be like, if you want it back, you gotta let me know. Why? It's so simple to return it. You have their Cash App right there. People shouldn't have to ask you to see. That's what I don't like.
Here's the thing.
That's the standard.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to justify it. Now listen, because I don't know the man either, and I don't care. But what I see is that he's not very savvy with this. I think he's new to all of it, and so I think that's how come he like was allowing other people to do a lot of stuff for him as far as the YouTube and all that. Because he kept putting it, even like making sure people didn't have the moderator stick because they were deleting, you know, people out the chat and stuff. He couldn't figure it out, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'll just do it after the show." You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe that could be it, but I don't know. Maybe
I get that, but it's a Cash App. Everybody knows how to use Cash App. You know how to spend money. You know how to receive money. So regardless of what he knows how to do on StreamYard, he knows you can just send the money back on Cash App. And that's why I said it's the scam of it all, because he's saying that he was in the hospital with his baby. And
Uh-huh.
we done heard shit like that happen before. My mom in the hospital, I was in the hospital, such in the hospital. When it's something as serious as you taking money from people and people expect you to do something, I'm sure there's a few minutes in your day where you can just say, send Goosey a message. When I get home from the hospital, I'll give everybody their money back.
Yeah, no, they didn't send the money to the next day, not that day. So the first day was the day he was in the hospital that he missed. The second day, which was yesterday, is when the money was sent.
Okay, so the first day when he was in the hospital, that was his excuse for not doing the interview. That's
Yeah.
right. That was his excuse. But see,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so answer me this then. If they wanted the interview so bad and they were willing to send him money and everything, when he said, let's just have it on my channel, why wouldn't they just go over there? I mean, he
Well,
said
because they didn't want the interview. I think that particular person who started sending that money wanted that interview that bad, because at that point the
But see,
chat
let
and
me say
everybody was over it. And then
okay.
the interview was supposed to be streamed on both channels.
Okay, now I didn't hear that until today. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
So then why does it matter then? He can stay on his channel then. If they're both up there.
I don't get it.
Goosey's if they're streaming on both channels. Because the dude was asking why can't they just have it over at his house?
Well, they were. Okay, so when the first time he hopped back on the first time he hopped up there was like around 2:30. So he said, okay, fine, we'll do it over here. He said, Goosey said, I got something to do. So let's do it at the top. First he said in a half an hour. And then Blake said, well, let me finish out this live and then we can do it. So he was like, okay, let's agree to 3. So they were going to do it that way. However, there was the X intervened and caused a lot of disruption, and the interview never happened because he never left the stream or dropped ZX and the people that were up there to do it
and that's when he
do
said,
the interview.
And that's when he told them to come to his house.
Well, eventually earlier, was I supposed to do it at his house?
Yeah, because he said
Earlier at the 3:00 time, they're supposed to do it over there. They were gonna do it over there.
And then Goosey said that his chat said no. So that's why I was thinking, if they wanted him to answer so many questions, they could have all just went to his chat. But then the chat was like, no, we don't want to go over there. But
because it was so many games. Because it was so many games being played.
The scam of it all.
They just was like, we're over it. But then somebody started cash apping for the interview.
And that's crazy. Why would y'all pay that man? He's not that. Okay, I don't want to say he's not that important. God forgive me. I don't want to say that. That's rude. But I don't think he's worth paying. Put it that way. So I would have been upset like Goosey. Like, why are y'all paying him? Why are y'all sending money to that man?
Mm-hmm. So then that made him entertain it for a little bit. Like, well, he was like, dang, I really don't want to do it, but y'all don't put y'all's money. Like, I'm torn. Like, what should I do? What should I do? So then he was like, forget it. Okay, well, But then Blake kept playing with being distracted with ZX, and so he just eventually just killed it. And so then Blake ended up coming over. But at that time, he didn't want to do it. So he was like, nah, it's okay.
Krista blocked Goosey's chat.
Yeah, she was blocking people out of Blake's chat, not Goosey's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Why was she doing that? Were people dragging her or something?
They always drag her. But and then his friends, Blake's friends was coming over saying, well, can you come up now? They were on the panel with Goosey, the girlfriend, and one of his homegirls. And he was like, nah, I don't want to do it. And he didn't do it. So that's what happened.
Well,
and then I think Blake went live again last night.
Mm-hmm.
After all that, oh, and then it was proved. Oh, so then he was saying that he wasn't gonna answer no question because Krista kept saying it was about her. So he was like, I'm not. If there's something come up, I'm not answering anyway. They had that agreement, but for some reason, Krista kept going live talking about calling everybody gay and this and that. So she even was calling Blake gay. So when she was confronted about it, she said she didn't say it. So Goosey went in. She put her content. She took so that night she took all the content off her page, put it under membership where you had to pay.
I heard that she put everything on members.
So Goosey went and paid because she said y'all got to pay to use my content. So Goosey went and paid, got the membership, got the video where she had just was talking about Blake saying that he was in jail, who was playing with his ass in jail and all this. And he played it on Blake's live for Blake to hear. And then boom, there that went. So it was just a lot of different drama.
Somebody said in the chat that she was saying, tell them who was in your butt.
Yeah. But then last night she backtracked it all in the midnight hour.
So she said he lied about
she sounded like she was sounding like she was crying to him and well, can we just start
Here
over?
we go with that shit. Here we go.
And he was like, "You bitch, you you lied to me." And she like, but you did this and you were mean to me. He was like, you want to be a victim, bitch. Fuck you. You suck. You're the bottom. You're the worst bitch. You're a content bitch. And I know it. I know it. And she was like, he was like, he was like, get off my line. And then he would act like he hanging her up, and then 2 minutes later he'll click her back on the live again, and she'll be like,
so it's Lemon and Krista all over again.
Blake, but you told me that. That's why I got my ass kicked. That's why those men were kicking my ass. And I'm like, oh my God.
You know what? It's like Lemon and Krista.
Girl.
Let's see.
It's so sad.
I wouldn't have paid him shit. I wouldn't even wanted to interview him, but that's to each their own. But as far as the money goes, he should just get that money back. Like I said, I hate when people say, ask me for it back or send me your Cash App. Like, look at your phone. The Cash App is there. Like, my Cash App ain't changed since I sent you some change. So just send the money back. It's only right. And people who do that, they just don't want to send the money back. Because if you're
they really don't.
If you're an honest person, you'll just send it back.
Yeah, and a lot of his friends kept saying, man, they were mad. Like, man, you should have went over there. That's not business. You let this man. And the funny thing about it was how when DX got off, after he ruined everything, he was so happy about it. Girl, he went over to Lemon's page and was just happy, like, I ruined it,
But I did hear, and I think I did hear somebody tell that man that they've been over there playing his stuff and making money off his stuff. I did hear that.
Well, Blake gave Goosey permission to play his stuff. He knew.
Right, I know. I'm not saying he didn't. What I'm saying is this could be a factor too, because if he got people in his ear saying, get money, get money, get money, and then he got somebody else in his ear saying they making money off of you, then that might, put something in his mind too. Like,
But it's not like the boy is over there. It's not like the boy is over there playing he ain't got that much content. It's not like he's playing his content
but you
for
gotta
hours.
You gotta
girl, will he make $5 off that little clip, that little, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not the point. But he's Blake.
What I'm saying, if people is feeding him all this information, we can't just ignore that fact. Regardless of how many people he got, see y'all. That's where y'all be, coming up short on. It's like it don't matter. He ain't getting no views. That's where y'all come.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
But let me finish. If somebody's filling his head though with that shit, he might think that's what's going on. That's all I'm saying. He might think
exactly, and that's what they were doing. That's my point. Krista started doing it, and ZX was drilling it.
Other people, and there was other people I saw doing it too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they definitely was
That's what I was
drilling it
trying
in
to
his
say.
head.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because
trying to say. There was somebody else besides him too who was saying some shit to him. I heard.
I can believe it. Because
Yeah,
initially he told him, yeah, you can. Because Goosey asked him. He said, yeah, it's fine, it's cool. You know, you can stream me.
right.
You
And that's what
know,
I was trying to tell you. That I heard somebody else tell him, "You letting them play your shit over there, and they're getting all this money." That was just yesterday. Somebody told him that
uh,
it wasn't ZX and it wasn't Krista. I don't know them people, so I don't know exactly what their name was.
I don't know either. There's a whole group of them guys. I don't
Hey,
know.
hey, Rose Shaker. Hey, honey. And hey, everybody in the
Hey,
chat. I know a
I
lot of
came up
Everybody.
here to be nosy, and I came up here to tell you you rude. You ain't introduced us to your guest or nothing. You just up here going with the commentary and ain't even greeting us.
I'm sorry, I don't never introduce nobody though, but this is tailor made. This is tailor made. I'm sorry.
I know who it is. Now that I see her avatar, I see her because she subscribed to me. Hey, boo, because they was in the chat asking who is that. I say she's so rude. She ain't even saying hello to
I'm
us.
sorry. I didn't even see it. I'm so sorry.
We enjoying the commentary though. But why does
No,
he
I'm just trying to speed through it. You know, just giving my little,
girl, you pulling to me because people like room take a slow down so we can keep up. I'm like, shit, I want to get on to the next topic and get out of here. Why does he ask? Yeah, I came up here to ask a question. Why does ZX strike Goosey though?
What?
because after the show, so everybody was like, let's turn this into a roast ZX thing since ZX did all that, right? So, anyways, the ladies that was on Blake's girlfriend and the other chick, his friend Clarissa, I think her name is.
Right.
They were like, oh, we can't stand ZX because ZX was rude over there. And so he was like, oh, let me show you about ZX. So they were just bringing up clips of like ZX and Cookie and ZX, and when he was on some type of bed and lift his leg up, and they were just showing like different videos of ZX back in the day, you know, talking crazy to women and that kind of stuff. So ZX did hit the link in the back and wanted to come up, and Goosey was like, you ain't coming up. And he was like, yeah, I'm about to strike you. And so I don't know. That's what he did. But it wasn't his video. I guess it was somebody else's video. But because probably his image was on there.
It wasn't his video. It was Buddy Lee's and Lady Laws, because I know they presented that video and put it together in the black sector. So Goosey had every right to do it. And if I was Goosey, I counterclock that strike and prove where he got the video from. So therefore, ZS can get popped for false flagging.
But if he does that, won't he have to just? If he does that, won't he have to tell who he is on the
But everybody already know who ZX is. ZX done been doxxed.
I'm saying Goosey. Won't Goosey name have to be on there if he?
No, because if he's smart, no, he don't. Because if he's smart, he could get a representative to represent him, and they could put any name. YouTube ain't gonna make them verified. Like, let's be clear.
If you go to court, they gonna have to know whose channel it is.
Yeah, if it go to court, but which one of them you think gonna file court paperments?
That's what I'm saying. If he counteract and then ZX say he's telling the truth, that's where it goes. If they keep going back and forth,
but see, it ain't even gotta go that far. All he gotta do.
I know that.
Well, this is no. Wait. Let's stay. Okay, let's make this simple. For one, he can prove that video stemmed from Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee, being a content creator that actually was on the board, can give him to link to the exact video, and he can send that into YouTube, and that makes it a false strike right then and there, because it didn't come off him. It came from Buddy Lee, so therefore ZX did a false strike, and they will snatch his page. That's what I'm saying. That's without the courts or anything getting involved. If they say that they claiming this video as they own, and you can produce, like when Ben struck me, and we're not going back down memory lanes, I sat there and hit YouTube up and said Ben's claimed some of my video as his own. They sat there and was finna return the strike anyway, because they said they could very much see that the content stemmed from my page and want none of my videos on Ben's page. But Ben's automatically she reversed the strike on her own. But YouTube was finna reverse that strike anyway, and then that would have been Paige in limbo because you falsely struck me, and I wasn't gonna let that go. So
well, that's just like what happened to James. Remember what happened to James when what's his name, Chopper?
Yeah.
Chopper flagged his or strike him for using a content or something, and then he had to go to the actual because it was a free creators music thing. So his mother had to go to the creator, tell him what was going on, and then I think Chopper lost his channel behind that.
Yeah, they take channels now for false. If a person can prove you falsely struck a channel, they will snatch your whole channel.
What that happened, Chad? Like 2 years ago when that shit happened.
Yeah, I do remember that.
That was crazy. That's why I got my my niece made my intro song. Shoot, she made that from scratch. Every word, every
See, I tried to warn him, and I don't think he too much cared because he said he didn't. I tried to warn him that for one, you a threat because you coming out here with numbers. For the ones that wanted to be in competition to get the clout, be the clout, and get their way in, and nobody represented them, but they seeing everybody gravitating like you're a threat to them, whether you notice it or not. And he was like, he didn't care because he finna disappear after the Vegas trip. He waiting to see what commentary Key Payne finna come up with because Goosey and Big Dot said they want to be starring in it.
Well, see, I would never false flag nobody. The only time I ever struck somebody ever, every single person was because they used my shit without asking. I would never false flag nobody. So if he was false flag, Goosey should definitely counter whatever you do. Yeah, he should definitely do that.
Yeah, he should, because the ex just don't know you doing stuff that you cried about other content creators do it to you. Because I remember some OGs that used to hit him take 5 of his pages at a time because that's how much they didn't like him. I'm still sitting on ZX whole family tree that another content creator took time to send me when ZX called himself trying to come for my channel and had a strike team. So yeah, like nigga, people been not liking you. You'll never be accepted, and then you trying to beg everybody to come to your channel. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Well, we got Goosey here. What's up, Goosey?
Hey, Goosey. I heard about your channel, boo. Is that Goosey?
I don't know.
I was about to say we ain't resting it like this. The hood table. Be careful.
Say I don't know if that was him or not. Shit, now I don't know.
Oh, look at Cookie Monster. What is that?
Yeah. Her cake.
Hello? Is my mic working?
No. Yeah, we hear you now.
Hey, Goosey.
Hi. Hey, Taylor Made.
Hey,
damn, I spoke to you too.
Hey, Room Shaker.
Hi, Goosey.
I know you're a troll, but we thought you was a troll.
Goosey, I'm trying to get the story out there, boo.
Yeah, it's crazy, but Hood Table.
It's crazy.
So I was waiting for you to go live because I wanted to let you know, like, I don't have any issues with you because I've never been to your channel before and I've never talked to you before. So well, the whole strike thing, I really don't like. I have really nothing against you.
I don't have nothing against you either, and I had went live several times, and people was asking me every time, "Has Goosey spoken to you yet?" I'm like, "No," but why should he? I mean, he don't. Well,
I told her what you said in my live too, Goosey. She came up and talked to me on my platform.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think you told me, yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying before you hit the panel, I said I never false flag anybody. I said the only reason why I ever done it before was because the people, took my content, and a lot of people even vouched me behind that. Some of the Hood Table always have said for years, don't use her shit. So, it wasn't nothing against you. It was like it would have happened to anybody.
Right.
But as I was telling them, if he false flagged your channel, I definitely think that's fucked up because he didn't have no reason to do it besides out of just trying to get some revenge. And that was totally,
I don't care though.
Really not my case with you at all.
I don't care about flagging anything.
Don't take her. You got some noise, huh?
I'm sorry, I'm eating pineapple.
But yeah, I've been just waiting to see you live so I can say that to you.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't have a problem with you either. I mean, and the fact is about it that I was watching you. I watch everybody. Most people know I watch everybody. So when I was like, dang, he didn't even, I don't know. I was perplexed. I was
You could have just
perplexed.
dropped down in the chat.
Huh?
You could have just dropped down in the chat.
I'm not a chat dropper. I'm more of a I'm seriously, I am. Like if it's somebody who I'm gonna just keep it funky and keep it hood, right? If it's somebody who I really, really support and I really blend well with the crowd, I might drop down. But a lot of times when it's a lot of people I don't know, or I don't really know the content that's going on, because a lot of the shit I don't know what y'all be talking about. I'll just watch. I'll just sit and watch. But if I can actually interact with what's going on, I feel more comfortable dropping in the chat. So it's nothing against you. It's just like sometimes y'all be talking about shit and I'll be like, who? What? I just be watching. And I just be watching.
Down, but yeah. I get it though. So Blake is the topic.
Yeah, I was talking about how he needs to give everybody their money back instead of over there talking about if you want your money back, let me know.
So he's talking about giving money back now. He might do it later on today, but if he doesn't give it back, I still will be giving back the money.
And I told you, I mean, not you, but I said to the people earlier, I don't know how long you've been here, but I said if Goosey does that, that's very commendable of Goosey because he don't have to do it. And he didn't ask him to do it. And I couldn't understand why people did it. Like, I took it back, right? Earlier, y'all, because I said, he ain't nobody. Then I said, no, I'm not going to say that. That man, I'm not going to say that because I don't know that man. But I don't think he's worth paying.
Yeah, but people did it off the strength of me.
Right.
And they wanted to see the interview happen. So I appreciate that. And, if I say the interview isn't happening after they gave the money, if I keep the money, I feel like that would be wrong. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just, I'll give you all back the money. And I'm not going to do the interview. Because he wanted to do the interview afterwards too. Like he came up multiple times.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he came back multiple times trying to, get the interview done. At one point he came on and he was like, interview on. And I was like, interview off. Because it's just a disrespect.
Heard several stories, but as far as you, I mean, you wouldn't be wrong per se to not give the money back. But I understand because me myself personally, I would feel wrong if I didn't get the money. Yeah. But I know nobody blames you. I know that.
Well, I don't know about that. There's a few people.
I don't know. I don't see everything now. I normally work 12-hour days, so I don't see everything. So a lot of stuff I be trying to do the recast, but some of the lives be extremely long. So that's why I don't see everything because I'm working most of the day. So
yeah. There's a few people though. There's a few people saying that I'm supposed to get the money back. Nah. So I don't know, but
I don't agree. I don't agree because if you didn't say Cash App him, how can they say that? I don't see. Okay, VS has interviewed people before, right? And she's paid them. They done made handsome money off of that shit, right? Now, if she was like, okay, we're gonna take up some Cash App. Y'all send him money, and they don't come. Then I can understand something like that. But you told us to send the money, but still, it really lies on the person who didn't show up.
Well, you see, the thing is, he did show up after, and I didn't see
no interview though.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? After, because ZX went up there and pretty much got him to start talking about money, then he started saying to Subby should send him money. And if anybody knows me, I don't like when people ask subbies for money. So the second he started doing that shit, I was kind of like, you know what? I'm good on the interview. But then by then, people started donating. And then I was put in this place where it was like, people have donated, so I'm good to do the interview. At the same time, I'm feeling I don't really want to do the interview because the disrespect. And now instead of wanting to do it for money, instead of wanting to do it for free, like you agreed to, you're trying to get money out of the people. And I was kind of like in this place. And I heard that Malik was going to give him $50 to to up to 200. And at that moment, I hopped back on his live and I was like, no interview. Malik, don't give him the 50. And from there, that's when he started asking for the interview over and over again. I was like, no interview. Nope, we're good. And then I was like, off that alone, that's why I'm like, you know what? I could have done the interview, but since I'm not going to do it, I'm like, I'm going to give y'all back your money. So yeah. Just principle.
Yeah. Well, I would just, I don't know. If you feel, sometimes it's about if it makes me feel better, you gotta put yourself in that situation.
Right.
If it makes me feel better, these are my supporters, my subscribers, but people really need to put the pressure on him.
Because I asked him if he was going to refund if the interview was off. He said no. But he has these 2 lady friends that are very, they're really cool. And I think they talked to him, and he's going to give back the money now. So,
well, I hope he gives the money back. And I am glad that you didn't have anything against what I did, because there was no like beef or nothing towards you or nothing like that. I just saw that my stuff was used, and I was like, everybody knows I don't like my stuff. I don't care how many people are over here in my chat, how many views I get. I'm like, the polite thing to me to do is just ask. And because you came up here respectfully, I'm going to retract the strike.
I appreciate that. But no, like because I was saying when it first happened, there were some people that were mad and all that, and I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, they were mad, and people coming at me. I'm like, then
I appreciate. I always appreciate people having my back, but I was like, like I've never been to her channel before. I've never talked to her before. Like I don't know her, so it's like I get it. I understand it. Like if I knew you and you did it, I would feel a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, see, that's what I was saying. I said the other day, people who I'm really cool with on here, they know they could have asked the people I'm really cool with on here, like talk behind the scenes and shit. They don't have to ask. But I always said, if anybody wants to use my shit, all they got to do is ask. Right. Like you could have asked. I would have said, sure. I have nothing wrong with people using my content if they ask, but I do have something wrong with people just using it whenever on the whim, whenever they want.
Yeah, so there were some people trying to make it like content.
They were
trying to like twist shit up, and I was like, dude, it's not that at all. Like every single time, I would be like, I don't care.
And that's why I appreciated it. And I heard people saying, well, why don't you talk to her? Why don't you talk to her? I was kind of hoping we could talk, but I felt like I want Goosey to reach out to me. I'm just gonna keep it funky. I want Goosey to reach out to me, and if he don't want to reach out to me, then it'll just be where it is. And I kept saying it's just a warning. He's good. He's, I didn't do it in no malicious intent, nothing like that.
Right.
Like, I don't like people not to ask. But if anybody ever wants to use my content, I have always said that, just ask.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, like I said, a bunch of people were trying to turn into content. Oh, the hood table. They were trying to get me to talk bad about you, and I'm like, I don't care.
And see, if you did know me like that, I'm not a beefer. So I don't.
Neither am I.
You could have said whatever the fuck you wanted to say, and I would have still been over here doing content, because I'm not a beefer. I don't like to get on here and roast and drag and cuss.
Yeah, I'm not a roaster or a dragger. Yeah. I'm messy. That's about it.
Yeah.
When it comes to the fighting thing, I'll lose every single time.
Yeah, I've been watching you for a long time. So, even when you've been on other people's panels, so I was just kind of shocked when I was like, oh, but
your turn.
It's all good. I retracted it. So
no, I appreciate that.
Hopefully, if he did strike you, maybe that'll only give you a warning again.
Well, no. So I've had my channel before, and I've gotten struck down before.
Oh.
So this is I guess I had like my second chance. They're doing a whole second chance thing right now.
You lost? See, I didn't know
I lost this channel. Yeah, I lost this channel before.
What? So how if you lost this same channel, how do you get it back? I thought you had to create
YouTube's doing a second chance thing.
Oh.
I sent one little email on a whim, just like randomly, just bored. And got it back in like an hour.
That's what's up. Maybe more people can do that, because a lot of people over here lost their channels before. So
yeah, it should work if you still have the email and all of that. Like if you just send them an email, you should be able to get it back.
Yeah, and I saw that Vibrant. I saw that comment on Goosey's wall. You had asked him to do that, and yeah, but we good now. We good now. If you ever, Goosey, want to use my all you have to do is say, comment under the chat, hood table, can I use this little piece right here, whatever.
I
I just
appreciate that.
ask. That's all.
I appreciate that. But no, like I saw that somebody said you were live, and I was like, you know what, let me go over there real quick. Because I was on somebody else's live, and I saw somebody say you were like, I was like, you know what? Respect, salute. I'm gonna go somewhere real quick.
Yeah,
Let me just jump over here real
I'm a
quick.
very approachable person. I am probably one of the nicest people on here. Like, honestly, I don't try to start no shit. I try to always give like the most unbiased commentary. And this morning, my main topic was he took their money and ain't giving it back without them not asking for it. What kind of fuck shit is that?
Yeah, but like I said, his two friends, Carissa and Lizzie, they're pissed off at him with this whole thing because ZX pretty much went over there and messed up the whole thing. And you know, he thinks he did it trolling me, but it's not really trolling me. Like, you really messed up his money,
right?
And you pissed off a lot of the subscribers.
And I heard he lost people too.
Blake, yeah. Yeah, because nobody was really. So I was interested in the whole Blake and Krista story. Like, nobody else really was following them. So let me turn off this thing. When I was, doing this whole thing on my channel called Blake Watch, and I would pretty much just like watch Blake videos, watch Blake and Krista interact. It's something that me and my subbies, did and enjoy doing. So kind of had the idea, okay, let's interview Blake. Went to Krista, asked Krista, I was like, hey, can you set it up? Krista said, yeah, sure, it would be a good idea. Went to Blake said, cool. And Blake also said, free of charge, nothing. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, you owe me a favor. I'm like, all right, cool, done. So when all that turns into, I want $200, and then it turns into, ZX going over there, screwing things up, and then you want to come and do the interview after you got some money. It's like, no, forget it.
Well,
you disrespected me, you disrespected the viewers, you let somebody else interfere in the middle of what me and you got going on. So you can ask ZX to go do your interview.
Well, I know one thing. Even if he said for free, I wouldn't want to interview him after this.
Nope.
That's just me personally. And just be careful with his stuff too, because I don't know if this might put y'all. I hope it don't put y'all in a bad place, but it's.
I told him it's all cool. It's all cool, but like, I don't want to do the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't do it either. Let somebody else do it. Child.
Because he was telling me, hey, end your live and let's stream on my channel, and you can restream. I'm like, no, just come over, let me start up a new live, and I'll send you the link and we can do it. Because I think what he was thinking is he wanted all the viewers over by his place.
That's what I heard. I heard that he said, let's do it over here. And then you said your chat said no.
Yeah, my chat said no. And I know they wouldn't show up. I know probably like 200-300 people would show up. But
if that, I mean, I didn't really follow him and Krista unless somebody said, hey, he's over there calling her bags of bitch.
Last night was bad.
Yeah,
last night was bad. Horrible.
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Oh,
God forgive me. Last night was bad.
Oh God. I might have to go over there and check it out while I'm working.
It was the last 20 minutes. Or the last, and you don't even have to leave, because there's a few times where he drops her, but he lets her right back up. It is bad.
Now, are you a sucker for plays? Not a sucker like that, Goosey. But do you think that this is a play, and do you care if things are plays? Because a lot of people tend to believe there are things on here that are plays. I think every relationship she's in is a play. But do you think that they really have a relationship, or do you care? Or are you one of those people, I don't care,
I don't think it's okay, so between Blake and Krista, right? I don't think it's a play. I think they like attention.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a difference between the two. Because I feel like if you're running a play, both of you know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just acting for the crowd. Now, if you just like attention, you're acting for the crowd, but at the same time, you're, how can I say it? You're playing for the crowd and knowing what's going to get you views, and going to keep the viewers watching, but you're not, in cahoots with each other. So, like Blake yesterday cursing her out, then dropping her down and saying bye, that she re-clicks the link, and he gets off on her again. Like, both of them are going for attention. I think both of them see the views are a little higher than usual right now. Because Krista was not getting any views like that until I kind of brought her back into the whole spare.
Yeah, that seems like how she normally gets a lot of her views is when she's in these unpredictable relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish she didn't have to. I wish she didn't have to do stuff like that with these guys just on here making I don't want to say a fool out of herself, but hey, it is what it is, right?
Right. The saddest thing though,
you have to do that unless that's just her purpose, to get up here and act like this naive older lady who falls in love with every YouTube guy in the sector. I don't know.
Right. The saddest thing though,
mm-hmm.
And I think Krista thought I was going to make fun of her with some of the questions I had in the interview. And she just crashed out. When actually, I feel bad for her. Because I don't like the way Blake talks to her. I think it's very disrespectful. I think it's mean-spirited. And he talks to her like a fucking dog.
But see, he ain't the first. And
He's
probably
not.
Won't be the last.
But I feel like
I never felt sorry because I figure she liked this. She likes to do this shit. She liked to be made a mockery of by guys on. I just thought it was her stilo. You know what I mean?
That's how a lot of people feel. But I think Blake is the first one that I've seen personally, because I came back when she was dealing with Lemon. Because I was gone for like 2-3 years. So I came back during the tail end of the whole situation with Lemon. And that was bad. But with Blake, it seems worse with Blake, even though it's not as it's not so much of a shouting match like she was having with Lemon, but it's way more it's harsher in a way, if I could say.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like it. Sometimes it's funny, you laugh for a bit, but then you start feeling really bad. And that's the whole thing with me. So
well, did he see her relationships with other people?
Blake?
Before did he know that she was with Lemon and with the other guy and the other guy in the Black Sector or Mo3 or whatever?
Okay, so I want to say the whole way it happened, if I could remember, was she broke up with Lemon. This shit seems it sounds so fucking silly. She stopped messing with Lemon. I'm not even gonna say breakup. She stopped messing with Lemon. She went to a guy named Mika Veli. And then her and Mika kind of were going through like this whole back and forth thing. And then she started talking to Blake, who is cool with Mika. So pretty much she homie hopped.
Not homie hop.
And those two kind of had a little fight over it. So she's been with Blake since then. And Blake has only interacted with Lemon one time. But Blake isn't from Blake doesn't know anything about the B sector.
Oh.
Blake only knows what Krista tells him.
Child, I'm still stuck on homie hop. You said it ain't no fun if the homies came out. Oh, use that shit on homie hop.
It's crazy, but I don't know where Krista is gonna go from here. To be honest with you, I'm not really interested in Krista stuff. I was just interested in the way Blake was talking to her because it was crazy to me. But
Yeah, see, I think what Krista's worry was mainly, even if y'all intentions wasn't to talk about her, he could
have said something.
Yeah.
But you know, now the thing is, Krista should have just sat down and just calmed down, because I don't know if you know what happened that made him get angry at her now. Okay, here's what happened.
Oh, yes, I do. Something about the butt.
Yes.
He had went to jail. Somebody did something to the butt.
No, nobody did anything. Nobody did anything. But Krista went live crashing out. And in one of the lives, she said, I want to know who played with your ass when you were in jail. And then she hid the live under her membership. So Krista thought nobody knew about it. Somebody told me about it. Somebody dropped the dime on her. As she said that. And while she was up on Blake's panel, I hopped on the panel because she was lying on me in the interview. And I hopped on the panel and I said, hey, Krista. I said, no, a question that Krista had was, who played with your ass when you were in jail? The entire panel stopped.
No, I saw that, Goosey.
Okay, you saw it. Okay.
Facial expressions.
Yes.
What's that one girl name at the top? What's that one girl name at the top?
Carissa.
Oh my God, her facial expression was priceless. I was like, he was like, what?
No, that. Oh my God. So yeah, that whole situation, that's why, and now she's calling him gay. And he's upset with that. That's why I'm telling you, go to the last 25 minutes of the video. What's the name of this video? Let me see. It's a 321 in the chat now. The last 20 minutes of that video is brutal.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I've been trying to keep up. I've been watching a little bit here and there, a little of yours, a little of this, a little of that. Like I said, I watch everybody. I have long shifts, so during these long 12 hours a day, I'll be watching.
Yeah.
And then I try to just get in where I fit in and do a little bit of commentary. But I'm gonna go ahead and watch that, and I do have to get off here because my lunch hour is up. But
all right, Hood Table, appreciate you.
I appreciate you for hopping up here, and
I'll stop by.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. All right, chat. All right, Hood Table. Have a good day.
I'll see you later.
Take care.
All right, hon. All right, you guys. My lunch break is up. I gotta go. Finish the rest of this doggone day. Oh my God. Tonight. I need to hit up Riggs because we're supposed to be doing From the Block to the Hood Table on his panel tonight, because you know we do it every Sunday and we flip-flop. But last night was Super Bowl, and you know he was with his son, hanging out with his son and doing family time. So he wanted to do it tonight. So we'll be over on Riggs tonight. Once he posted, I'll share it on my wall. But it's usually 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific, From the Block to the Hood Table over there on Big Wrist Slaps. So until we meet again, you guys, please like and share the video. Hey, Miss Ray, how you doing? Joyce, Just Me 74, how you doing? I appreciate you guys. Mel and Room Shaker, Melissa, and Vibrant, and Linda B, and all the other ones that I missed. I appreciate you guys for joining us this morning for a little lunch hour chit chat. Please make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you happen to be new here. Feel free to hit the Cash App, $the Hood Table 402. And always remember, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye. Love you guys.